My work as a freerider is pretty special. Every winter I find myself on steep slopes in a state of mind that can be best described as something between fear and joy.
This is it. Nyt on pelottavaa oikeesti.
Riding down these lines can be risky. For me, taking risks must be based on a challenging goal. It can be obsessive at worst, yet at its best, it steers your actions for the better.
Miten siistiä!
This year I set myself a new goal again, perhaps the most challenging I've ever set. Arctic Lines is a project where I'm trying to complete my personal tick list of 30 freeride adventures in the Arctic Circle. My plan is to attempt all the adventures as sustainable and responsible as possible. This is not always easy and occasionally compromises have to be made. But I want to do this because I love freeriding and learning more about this region I call home. The first winter of Arctic Lines was filled with many great moments of exploration. The early season Polar Night missions in Norway were defined success, but right afterwards the borders closed due to the pandemic. This led us to focus on the fells of Finland. We were facing harsh cold weather and major avalanche hazards. But with careful planning and a lot of patience, we were able to ride some unique lines in Finnish Lapland. While Finland offered great riding and good times, the call of steeper lines and higher peaks grew louder. With spring, the borders finally opened and gave us the chance to head towards bigger mountains. It was time to pack my gear and head out to Swedish Lapland with the goal in mind. Find one of the most exciting lines of the season.
It's a cool mountain. It's beautiful. Revealing itself.
Yeah. We're in Swedish Lapland and today we're gonna head up to one of the most famous touring mountains in here. And I have my Haglöfs teammate Tom-Oliver Hedwall with us. So looking like a lot of powder has fallen last night, so hopefully we can get some turns and figure out how the snowpack is and make a plan for some bigger lines.
So fun to ski some pow.
Yeah, I haven't skied any pow this year. I've been scratching, you know. That's what my project is about. Just completing the route or the line in conditions that they are. Yeah. So this looks promising.
Let's go.
Riksgränsen in Sweden is legendary. Over the history of freeriding, many have been attracted to this place known for its good snow and hard winds. The area is filled with natural transitions, which is why I have been there many times during my career. But to be honest, I've hardly ever looked at the terrain with big lines in mind. For this trip, it was time to make a change and spend our time exploring Vassi, a mountain right next to Riksgränsen ski resort. Our plan is to study the mountain and see if we can find a line that could have a place on my list. Vassi consists of 3 different summits and has a lot of diverse terrain. We started our exploration from the most famous and popular peak, the North Summit.
We are on top of maybe the most visited ski touring peak in northern Sweden. 10 years to come to Riksgränsen. I've never been on top of Vassi. That's good.
First time here too. My name is Tom-Oliver Hedwall and I'm from Sweden. When I was around 18, I had a really good year as a skier. I won a lot of competitions and stuff. Unfortunately, I had some big injuries in the beginning of 2010, 2011 that took me away from free skiing and skiing for a long time. I didn't know if I was ever coming back. I think that when I got back to skiing again, I had a much more clear mind what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be more like, I want to do my things sustainable, and I could travel in another way. I didn't need to fly. I could find the adventure closer to where I live.
Drop in.
For this trip, I wanted to have a partner who would be ready to work for our goal no matter what the conditions are. Seeing Tom ski down the face proved why he was right person to have with us. After all, the front side of Vassi only had a dusting of snow on top of rocks.
Oh, so many rocks! Holy shit! Dude, you went so fast! I was like, no way I'm going that fast if I tumble, holy. It was brand new, not anymore.
This is my third run, I think. I think it's one of the rockiest face I ever skied. Like rocks, sneaky rocks, sharks.
Yeah.
They were like shark attacks everywhere, like pow, pow, pow. But it looks smooth and nice and powder.
Kinda like it's May and you're hitting sharks. Don't really want that anymore. Maybe next we're gonna go find some more protected area that has a little bit more snow, because I kinda wanna go fast too.
Just looking at the forecast now, and it looks like we're going to have a couple really good sunny days with no wind. But the problem is that last night they changed the avalanche forecast from 2 to 3, and there's a new layer of facets. And on top of these facets there is a wind slab, which can be triggered quite easily right now. So right now, to me, it looks like there's a chance that we will go back to home empty-handed, which would be the first time in this project. But you can't really force the nature. The sudden change in stability with the snowpack was a setback. This meant that the process needed to start over again, and we figured the best way was to move toward Vassi's central summit and see how the snow reacted on shorter lines where exposure was minimal.
3, 2, 1, drop! Sick.
Riding these smaller lines is super fun, but for the project it's not what we're after. A week had already passed and our time was starting to run out. With that scary layer in the snowpack, it just felt irresponsible to take bigger lines without extra safety assessments. A line worthy for Arctic lines seemed to be further and further away. We realized that we needed help and some local knowledge on our side. Anders Bergwall is my friend and an experienced mountain guide. He has a deep understanding of the snow and knows a lot about local conditions. Having Anders involved in the safety process was the asset we needed.
We're gonna go climb Kular, northwest facing Kular, and sort of get to understand how the snow is working right now with this new stability and everything, so we could build up from there. Man, cool spot. Holy shit, there's a lot of ice here. Oh, this is like scarier than the descent. Now she's looking better. Woo! Nice!
It felt good to get back on more demanding terrain and regain my confidence in the process. From the Kular, we saw a glimpse of an amazing line formation that could just be the one we've been looking for. Finding a line for Arctic lines is a process that usually takes time. From geographical location to cultural significance, there are many matters that need to be considered. But one thing never changes. The line must be inviting. When I see it, my mind will automatically start thinking, wow, I wonder how it would feel to ride that. And this is exactly what happened with the line near the south summit of Vassi.
So you think that the lower part is wind scoop and that's a good thing?
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually wind scoop are quite strong formations. It's very unusual that something happens on them.
Yeah.
On top of that, of course, you can have a tiny wind slab.
Yeah.
But it's, how to say, it's like a strong anchor actually. You don't get these facets to suddenly break loose in that kind of formation.
Yeah.
Because it's all wind packed from the beginning.
Yeah.
Avalanche problem is bigger at the lower slopes actually.
Yeah.
I think it's important on this kind of descent, doing a snow study, it's more to have a feeling what's happening in the snow. I can never make a go or no-go. A no-go I can of course do if it's super weak. But if it's looking quite strong, it's still not a go from what we see in a profile like this. But I'd like to see what's underneath here. Free, but you see these facet grains here, small ones. Let's see, comes directly. Quite high avalanche risk what I see here in this hole.
I'm more scared of like big open face when it comes to making decision. Like if I would be going into a huge open face, I'd be more scared. But I don't know.
That slab itself is pretty strong. I think when it's getting shallow, that's the most dangerous, because then you can easily trigger down on that level. But I would like to see stronger snow for steep skiing, definitely. When you find weakness, it's important not to start looking for snow pits where you have positive results, because then you just dig in the wrong place. I think we can find the same layer even up there. But dangerous if you find a weak here, you go and find a good one, and you find another good one, and then you make a decision to go. So the important, Antti, is we have this very difficult section up top, but I think we have a very dangerous section below.
Yes.
So it's easy that focus is on the wrong spot. I think we have to decide that we have to analyze more before we can do it.
Makes sense to do it tomorrow when we actually we see something.
And be mental prepared that we might not even run the descent. I had a long talk with the avalanche forecaster because we find a tiny layer of faceted grains yesterday.
All right.
About 45, 50 down. And it's very thin layer. And here I've seen that for quite a long time too. And but it haven't created much avalanches, even if it's quite weak. Because they have been high marking with the snowmobiles,
Yeah.
even with that layer.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen any outcome actually. That's why at least we can go up and have a check.
The line is more remote and harder to see than most others in the area. But the rock formations surrounding the line are perfect for collecting snow. This is exactly why the line looks the way it does. The best way to ride the line safely is to get on the spine on the right and follow the path down towards a huge wind-blown slope that takes you all the way down to the lake at the bottom. The hidden spine has everything this area is known for and more. It might be the biggest wind formation I've ever seen in the north.
But this is like, you have to kind of go there and feel the snow to know if you're comfortable with it or not. Like here we can't really say.
No, it's hard to get the size of the things from down below as well.
Yeah.
It looks big from here.
The problem here that I've noticed is that it looks small, but then it's a bit bigger. So now that it looks big, it must be big, you know, it has to be big.
Really thick and hard. It's a good sign. These avalanches that have been here, it's the layer we found yesterday. So it's gone already, which is good. It's good, I'm more confident now. It's much more stable than I was afraid it would be. So I'm happy. Been avalanching already a couple of days ago, the weak layer, so that's good. And now we have just the fresh snow on the top. That's coming off a little bit on the hard face, but it's not like avalanche. So it's very nice.
Time to put on the crampons and start the little bit steeper climb up towards the start of this pretty nice line.
This one has the good potential for a very nice descent. There's our photographer Olli coming. Oh, crazy.
Pretty steep right here. And yeah, not really sure if we will be able to climb this way up.
It's very steep.
Dude,
Boom!
nice work.
Bye bye if you fall there, dude. Okay, Antti dropping. 3, 2, 1, drop.
Yeah, Antti, let's go.
It is so freaking sick. Enjoy.
3, 2, 1. Droppen in. That was fun! Amazing. It was really cool actually.
It was one of the best things I've done this season.
Really fun. I was pumped.
I was beyond happy.
Yeah.
I think that the whole experience was what made it so cool.
Yeah, and I think also like with the start being a little bit sketchy, you do the first turn. First turn was pretty good, next turn was icy, and we get this, oh shit, this is gonna be really hard to get down. Yeah. And all of a sudden you hit this nice snow, and you builds up something, oh wow, this is gonna be an amazing round, and then it is just great.
Yeah, but that's north. We always have some ice, crust, and some pow, and today we were mostly on pow actually.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's pretty cool. It's 10th of May.
Yeah.
When we're riding pow.
Vassi completed. Let's go deeper into Swedish Lapland mountains now. The first year of Arctic Lines was an eye-opening experience. For the first time in my career, I spent the whole season in the north and was reminded why this region is so amazing. Sure, the snow is sometimes scratchy and the weather kicks you in the teeth, but that's part of the adventure. That's what makes this place so special and why I love living here. The world is opening up and flying to faraway lands is possible again, but I'm planning to stay here in the Arctic.
We made it!
For the upcoming season, my plans are clearer than ever. I'm going all in to complete the adventures on my list.